Thank you all for joining us again as we recap Citadel episodes 1 and 2. Citadel is a sexy show on Amazon, and we do sexy quite well. All right. Today we're going to talk about first the chemistry between Mason and Nadia. Also, Nadia kicked that A before she lost her memory. We also want to talk about how they lost their memory. Kyle or Mason, whichever name we want to use, broke his vial, basically making it almost impossible for him to gain his memory back. Also, we want to talk about the British ambassador working for Manticore. We're curious about Kyle's wife and daughter. Also, Nadia has her memory, but not Kyle. We know lots of our regulars are posting comments about Lestat and Louis. Don't stop. We love them. We hope you get into Citadel as much as we do until we get season 2 of Interview. Also, stay tuned for a sneak peek of our next episode. In the meantime, click on that subscribe button, like the episode, share, and keep writing comments. Now, let's get into this episode.
This show is for me.
I got a big dick.
And he knows how to use that. He gotta...
Hey.
They're not for my jewelry, okay? Do you understand? Do you understand me? Okay.
Listen, every time I come across that on TikTok, it's like something come out of me.
And or go in. All right, let's continue.
I wasn't gonna do it. So first, the chemistry between Nadia and Mason. Let's start with Erica. What's going on there?
The way he okay. So you want me to go ahead and get into it? Okay. This next thing that he got right up in this area, child. Well, he want me to. He want to have some claws. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Okay.
That's how I'm feeling about Mason.
Okay. Hell yeah, your thoughts about these two characters.
So I'm digging the sex appeal, right? Because we know how we are on this show. We want to look at a cast of sexy people doing sexy things together. So I feel like Citadel is gonna bring that fire, that we need, that we thirst after, that we did not get from the Mayfair witches, because that wasn't sexy at all. I just had to do it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let it go. Move right on past that. But Mason and Nadia.
No, you're not, because we're gonna be going into the Talamasca, and you still gonna be talking about it.
I could be going on to Glory. I'm still gonna bring it up. So, so honestly, I do love watching these characters kind of interact. Like even the tones that they have with each other is just really alluring. It's really sexy. I'm just interested to see like how this is gonna go with them obviously having a past and now Mason having a present. So yeah, I'm just interested to see where this is gonna go.
The core.
The actor that plays Kyle, he was in Eternals, and when I saw him in Eternals, I was like, ooh. And in this show, it's giving me a little bit of that ooh. But I'm not quite there yet on his character because he's not dangerous enough. Like he's not fully into his capability.
You talking about Mason?
In the beginning he was, but once he lost his memory, it kind of changed a little bit, and his character changed. Of course, as a result of what happened to him. So the sex appeal, it didn't drop, but he's not as right now.
He wasn't giving you that bend you over in the bathroom cabin of the train. Okay, I got you.
You ain't see him in them. You ain't see them scars.
No, he's not choking nobody.
You know what? That's exactly what Corey needs. Corey needs a man that's gonna choke.
But you ain't
choke him.
Just a little.
Choke him. Spin his mouth and all that. Yeah.
So y'all gonna ignore me. Y'all ain't see him on the roof.
I'm gonna put some
On the
notes
roof?
in and
On the
Yep,
roof,
yep. Oh yeah,
give it
yeah.
to
On
my
the roof.
husband so he can do
hitting the
that.
hammer,
Yeah, hitting it. He
hitting the
was hitting
hammer.
it. He was hitting it.
He was all on the roof hitting the hammer,
Oh,
and with all them scars. I'm just saying, you ain't see him hitting the hammer on the roof, and you think he can't still be in nobody else. I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking for clarity.
of course, like he just need to see it though. Like he need to see it.
I need to see it. I need to see it. I need to see it in the flush.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
He look like he
I
But
ain't
got.
mad at that.
he is giving me he is giving us a little bit more of that in terms of his character than what we were getting in. I hate to talk about the other show. In his presence and what we were missing from some of the men in the other show,
Did y'all see
particularly
Aaron's face?
Lasher.
I was like,
That's
are
who
we
Lasher
gonna
should
do
have
it
been. He
again?
should have played Lasher. Okay, I'm done.
You right.
Cause he looked like he hitting the hammer.
He looked like somebody that you'd sell your soul to. Go, y'all go.
See, he was hitting the hammer. That's all I'm saying. He was hitting the hammer or whatever.
Brittany, your thoughts about these characters?
Listen, he was giving. Hold on.
You gotta wait. She gotta wait.
You know, while you waiting, your screen is twerking. Come on.
I had to wait a minute. I was getting a child walked in. I had to wait for the child to walk out. Okay. He was giving so much to me in the beginning. Like when he looked into Nadia's eyes, I was like, fuck me now. That's what it was looking like. It was like, yes. He looked into her soul. He was like, I fucking you. When they got down on the ground right before, in the first scene before they were about to get you, before Nadia got shot. And he was like looking at her deep in her eyes. I got a secret. What's your secret? I want to know your secret. I said, oh yeah, I like this show. That pulled me in right in that moment. I was like, this show is for me.
I got a big dick.
And he knows how to use it. He got a
Hey.
Midnight with my jewelry, okay? You understand? Do you understand me? Okay.
Listen, every time I come across that on TikTok, it's like something come out of me.
And or go in. All right, let's continue.
I wasn't gonna do it.
He's right there. I had to go for it. He's right there. Right there.
You know what?
So everyone has watched the episode, so we already know that eventually they lose their memory. But before they lost their memory, let's talk specifically about the moments leading up to Nadia losing her memory. I know that Erica really wants to talk about this.
First of all, I didn't get to see the other show that she was in, but I just always thought she was just gorgeous. But I know that what was it, Quantico?
Yeah.
I know that she was an agent, so she had to do something in there. You know what I'm saying? Take some guns, punch a guy, something. So, I thought the way it started with the music was corny as hell. I didn't like the music. I thought it was going to be this over dramatized, like James Bond type thing.
You mean the Italian music?
Yeah, the music that was playing in the beginning, it was so thick. I was like, come on, y'all. This James Bond. And then when I saw she was kicking some ass, I said, I might fall with her. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. And when I saw her, like, because we all, of course, don't know where this crazy man was going with taking this bullet out her leg, We didn't know what.
Nobody explained that.
But when she told him to call the cops.
The hospital.
No, take us to the hospital. Yes, you're right. Thank you. When she said you need to take us to the hospital, I was like, that's such a plain statement. Like, yeah, you took a bullet out my leg, but you need to take me to the hospital. And he was like, I could do everything for you right here. And she was like, no, it's for you. I was like, yeah. She ain't going down without a fight. Whatever it's about to be, she about to try. And damn it, she did. I was like, whoop his ass. He playing with you. He don't even know what he fooling with. But then I also got scared because I was like, was he with the group of people Who would I kill her? Or is he just like a weirdo?
I
Mm-hmm.
think it was just a
Mm-hmm.
weirdo.
I think
Yeah,
he
I
was.
think he was just
You
a
You
know,
think
weirdo.
so?
that's where my
He's just a
mind was.
weirdo in the woods and was
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm gonna put her in
guess.
my man cave.
I
yeah.
think so.
I
I,
really hope there aren't that many weirdos like that out in America, man.
there
Just
are,
I think there are,
you
there
do.
are y'all.
especially in like those backwoods places.
That's weird.
That's
That's sad.
scary to think about.
Yeah,
Because I was
Erica,
like,
they
you know
are,
at least
y'all.
17 weirdos. Come on, like,
They
you
live
know it's
off
that
the
many
grid.
weirdos.
but I know their circumstances too, and I can understand what made them weird. Like just like
Circumstantial weirdos. Okay.
circumstantial weirdo. Like, it was like, you would be weird too, you know.
Weirdos with a backstory. Got it.
I know
That
too
don't
much
make it any
small town
better.
mentality, you
That
know.
don't make it any better. When they
It
got a
don't. It
backstory.
really don't. But I don't be wanting to just put a weirdo out on folks. You know, I'm at least I'm good hearted and you know, I don't believe that just out the gate you a clown, you know?
So speaking of memory, so we know that eventually Nadia lost her memory, and during the after the fight scene, she lost
Yeah.
her memory. But Kyle was just about to get his memory back. He had stolen the briefcase, and what was his name? Bernard, the tech guy,
Yeah,
whatever his name was.
Bernard.
He was just like, "Saber, you'll get your memory back if you just take this vial, stick it in your neck, boom." He didn't get to do that, right? So
Because the
Corey,
snipers.
what's happening? What's happening, Corey?
So after, so the in the I guess the escape scene, or I guess we call it the escape scene. And when he's being chased from the complex, he and Stanley Tucci, he was so wrapped up in and involved in the conversation. Should I and am I going to remember everything and all this, that he didn't actually get the act done, right? And so I knew that was
Hmm.
going to happen, because I was like, it's too good to be true that he's going to get his memory back. He's going to be back who he was. And as soon as I thought it, you know,
Boom.
boom, you know, accident. Stanley Tucci's badly hurt, or Bernard, or whatever his character's name is, the actor that plays him, and he's just kind of stuck, looking, waiting, wondering, still don't know who he is, and basically kind of up shit's creek for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. Brittany, thoughts?
So when Kyle broke the vial, I was so upset because I
I
was
was
like,
too.
oh no. He done went through this whole up and down moment trying to decide if he was actually going to do it or not. And then boom, breaks the vial. Tries to save Bernard, wants to see if Bernard is okay. And then he starts to fight. Now, the part about the vial part sucked, but I love that fight scene
It
because
was
I
a
did
good
not
fight
think he
scene.
was going to get away. I thought he was going to get caught.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
really good fight scene.
I
There
was
was a
also
lot of like dynamics to it.
I
yeah.
was also upset because I was concerned about what happened to Bernard, because I'm a big Stanley Tucci fan. I'm a big fan of him as an actor.
He's a good actor.
I
Yeah,
almost
Great,
cried
great actor.
I was
when
like,
he
I
was, I
hope
was
he's going
like,
to be
how
in
they
series
kill
and
him
he's not
already?
just killed off in the first couple episodes, and I'd been mad.
It would have sucked.
It would
There'll be
have.
a
I was
way.
like, they budget can't. I thought they couldn't afford him at first. I was like, he too expensive, so this all he can afford is these first
Yeah,
two
there would definitely
episodes,
be
and
a
then we
way.
gotta say we out.
Right, and
Listen,
then they're gonna get
I
somebody
almost
in
cried.
that's not as well known, but got a similar look or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you wanted to talk about the British ambassador.
So
Ooh.
y'all know I love a good British accent. So I was already sold. She didn't even have to do nothing but just say good morning, and I'd have just probably been in love with her character. But I feel like she's going to be a great villain. You know, she has that whole Stepford aura about herself, but at the same time, please don't play with her. She is a whole menace out here in these streets. Like, coming like for her is a no no. Heads are gonna roll, and she barely has to lift a finger.
Right.
So I'm just interested to see how the things are gonna evolve with her character, and how things are with the Citadel versus Manticore.
Yeah. So I'm so glad you mentioned that. So Manticore, so far she is all that we know about Manticore, and when I say all that we know, like the highest person that we know so far. Clearly, there's got, because they mentioned there are families, right? There are families
Right.
that are over Manticore, just like there were families that were over Citadel. So clearly, she's not like the top person. We know that she's important, but she kind of sets the ground for us in terms of what we know and understand about Manticore.
I
Yeah,
think
she
she's an
doesn't mind
innovator.
casualties at all. Completely fine with it. Like, hey, if I gotta ruin a wedding, no problem. Cool. Need to tend to my roses though.
Right.
And the way she's like CIA. What you let the CIA steal this from you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Manticore is that tough.
But
Like CIA is a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
Right. Like we are, we're covert ops, MI6 plus plus plus, Navy SEALs plus plus plus,
you
like
see,
highest level of clearance. But she also seems to have that type of clearance as well. So I wonder if she has a past in covert operations as well for a government, not as an outside player, outside player that she's currently acting in now. Like, is she still, I'm just curious about her role. I'm really curious.
Good point. Good point. Good point. All right. So next, I know that Erica was very curious about, I guess, what would happen to the wife and daughter if and when Mason got his memory back. Good point. Good point. Good.
concerned about it even if he doesn't get it because this is a woman he dreams about. I ain't even much gonna lie. I'm not even that kind of, oh, he can't think of nobody else type, but he dreaming of this woman and we don't know what he did before 8 years ago.
Right.
He lost his memory. I know I married a man who lost his memory and he's been like the ideal picture person. I mean, like picture perfect husband. And, I got me a little manual man. He up on the roof with the hammer. And you know what
That
I'm
was your
saying?
part. That was-
I like me a strong person. So like, you know, he he doing his thing, he being a good man or whatever. And and just like we said before, she couldn't know. She's in the bed with him every night. She might hear him say Nadia. She
Mm.
can't get mad. She know this man lost his memory. She don't know what's going on. And then he fool around and he meet Nadia. What that mean?
Mm.
Who is Nadia?
Mm.
right.
And are you worried about Nadia? I mean, like, cause you used to be saying her name in your sleep. Like, what is we talking about right now? Like, it would bother me. Just saying. And that's his wife. And he got a family. Oh Lord, I'd be sweating.
No doubt.
And now he
No
done
doubt.
just ran off on this adventure to go find his memory and shit. Like what? What? I'm
I
like,
also
oh,
I also thought of the idea of what if she was a plant by, because you see that in some shows like this, like the family members are plants by the covert organization. So his wife is also an agent in some sort of way, but it doesn't seem to be that way. But
if
you
they
never know.
do that, they're gonna have to do that some episodes deep
Right.
because he was hesitant. And I just feel like if the woman's gonna be a pawn in this and the kid is obviously real, you're gonna have to pull rank early.
Although that kid seemed to be awfully big for 8 years
That's what
old.
I thought too.
Them
He looked like
kids
he was
get big
10
fast, baby.
or
You ain't
11.
seen the steroids in this food.
I guess. I mean, yeah, whatever. I overanalyze. I do. I realize it. I really wanted to get. So look, y'all. So I was in this relationship once, long-term relationship, and he told me, he was just like, you talk in your sleep, right? And he was like,
Ooh.
and you say some things, and I gotta watch you.
Fuck, I be saying. What I be saying?
I was
Whatever I
scared to go
said
to
Wow.
is
sleep.
it's all true. If I said it in my sleep,
First of
100%
all, when
of
I
it.
said it in my sleep, it was from a movie. I don't know what you're talking
I,
about.
yeah. It wasn't from a movie.
This is
It's
show.
called Fact is Stranger Than Fiction. I hate the way you eat toast. I hate the way you blink so loud.
You blink
Please.
so loud. Why you gotta breathe like
Yeah,
that?
if I was asleep,
I meant everything.
if I was asleep, that was from a movie. I was repeating some shit I saw on television. You know I watch a lot of TV, baby. Ain't no
So
motherfucker.
for me, that wouldn't be the thing because I
Ain't no way.
have lucid dreams. I sleep. I used to have night terrors when I was younger, so
I
I
used
could
to
be
get up
dreaming that
blinking
I'm
niggas.
running
Right?
from demons and fighting for my life in a mystical forest somewhere. Who knows what I'm dreaming about? So it my dreams always take on this fantastic element. It could start off like a normal dream, and then I'm swallowed up in the dream in a cavern to hell by the end of it. That's just the type of dreams and stuff that I have. So
Speaking of being swallowed up in a dream, so I have.
Ooh, I had to sit up. Wait a minute.
Like in the middle, like I'm sleeping, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm having sex. And so,
Nocturnal beast.
in his mind, he's thinking, what the fuck were you dreaming about? Like, so,
I mean,
things happen in the sleep.
you
I
was
mean, you're
right.
welcome. First of all, you're very welcome.
You was right there. I didn't know what was going on. I reached out. There was something else. Shit, I had to do what I had to do.
So the wife is probably worried. She has every right to be worried.
Baby, you mean Nadia a real person and Nadia ain't a code name for what you call me when you dream?
And Nadia is a hottie boom body.
Oh, things going wrong, baby.
And a spy, a hot spy at that.
She's smart and she's beautiful. Oh Lord,
What kind of
we about to get a divorce.
She hasn't seen her yet, though, has she? She hasn't seen her yet.
No, she hasn't seen her yet.
Okay.
But still, what kind of rough ass sex y'all done had? Hell no.
Wait till she
Spy
see
sex.
her though.
I know that's why I said spy sex. I'm gonna punch everybody.
That girl about to gag. Oh,
everybody getting hit. What you talking about? Everybody getting hit.
Because if you compare the two, and they ain't had to do the wife like that. Why she got to look so frumpy and then you can have.
They live in Oregon.
Nadia. Oh, so you feel like she basic?
I'm feeling like
compared to Nadia.
They prepare. They
below basic compared to Nadia.
The wife is a beautiful
so that
woman.
She looks like
a dream.
Yes, compared to her.
She ain't even approaching basic compared to Nadia.
Baby, if she not
like
Indian,
she looks like a regular mom, a suburban mom.
Middle Eastern dream. Goddamn, wherever the hell she from.
And you're right, exotic too.
If she not Indian, she look like a goddamn Middle Eastern dream. And that shit, and not from where she from, but the dream part would burn my soul. I'm punching everybody.
So that's ain't no telling what type of dream he having, huh?
Hell no.
With that exotic beauty.
Some Nadia, and I'm getting bent over. Oh, hell no. You met Nadia in real life?
And speak all kind of languages too?
Ooh. When you know what? And that's the geek in me. Because when they start speaking different languages to each other, I was like, this shit getting steamy.
Me too.
Like,
I said, hold up, wait a minute, let me rewind. I gotta go. I gotta find out what she said.
Make sure my subtitles is on.
Yes.
I want to make sure it wasn't sexual. I definitely cut my subtitles on. I
do. I keep my subtitles on too. For sure.
Got to, can't miss nothing.
Was it nasty? Oh, it was regular. That shit was sexy though.
Oh, you just said good morning? Oh, okay.
I need to start saying good morning like that.
Well, good morning to you too.
Yeah. This is what I want you to say. Say it again. Now say it in my Say it like you mean it.
Say it with an accent.
Put a little more bass in your voice when you say it.
No, right there.
Few more decibels down. You know.
Y'all stop. Y'all got me.
So at the end of episode 2, well, actually, a good part of episode 2, Mason was trying to help Nadia get her memory back. Eventually, she got her memory back. Great fight scene, by the way.
Oh, that was a good ass fight scene.
Ooh. He put her in a position to want to know who the hell she was. She was like, baby, where that pen at? He got me fucked up. He keeps slamming me on this table. Mason keep telling me I'm gonna remember in a minute. My reflexes gonna come back. Ain't nothing come back. Where is the pen?
But you know what? I thought that was a sly move on his part. Using the briefcase so that she could, like,
scan herself.
Yeah, like that was really smart. That was clever on his part.
He had to be, because he didn't believe it either.
True.
You coming to me talking about I'm a spy, even though you know I lost my memory for years. You might be trying to scam me. We live in the year of the scammer.
Not scam me, not some credit card fraud. What?
Look at Corey. Corey's like, look.
I watch a lot of Netflix. God damn it. I watch a lot of Netflix.
Wait a minute.
You know I'm not lying.
Yeah, the scammer?
The scammer. And that be, man, when I saw that whole dating situation where dude kept sending this woman pictures of him getting beat up, and he done got this woman out of $150,000. I was like, girl, and she didn't even have it. She just kept taking out loan after loan, giving it to him. I said, girl.
Listen, I understand. I feel like we've been hoodwinked for the past 8 years. Hoodwinked and bamboozled.
By the way, okay, so just me, right? I'm certain it's just me, but Manticore to me sounds like the Republican Party, and Citadel sounds like the Democratic Party. I don't know your thoughts about that, especially even the time frame. 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. Think about our lives 8 years ago. All of a sudden, Citadel, it drops off the face of the earth, and Manticore is like running things for 8 years. What does that sound like to you?
You talking about after Trump got elected?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it wasn't exactly 8 years, but I mean,
it was like right after you start seeing the change in the world. It was like, it's terrible.
This is it's almost exactly like kind of, it does draw some parallels.
Yeah. It's like when he got elected, everything just kind of became transparent. The wool was stripped from everybody's eyes. It was like woke people had been saying for years, they're still racist. They're still racist. They don't like you. They don't want you here. The old feelings are still there. And then a year into his stuff, well, really when they voted him in, but a year in, you're like, this is my reality.
Right.
These people really don't care what they say. Oh my God.
They don't care what they say. They don't care what they say.
Mm-hmm.
We took a beat, y'all.
Yeah, we did. So Nadia got her memory back, and in the previews for episode 3, we basically see, and we know that number one, Kyle/Mason doesn't get his memory back, and he's going to have to rely upon Nadia to get her memory back. I know that Erica, you had some thoughts about that.
Oh man, I'm talking again. Okay, so I was just like, say Nadia is scorned, and they've just given this woman all this power. I mean, they didn't. He has, but he needs somebody to tell him what's going on. So it's like, one thing I was excited to see was that they just gave her all this power. I'm like, what is she going to do with it? That's what's going to make this, that's what's going to keep this stuff interesting, That and the fact that Bernard's not dead.
Agreed.
Even though I about died when I thought he was, and I saw he was still alive, I said, ooh. Because I was like, how do you kill him in the first 2 episodes?
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing.
How many times are you going to use him in a flashback? Because I love him. Like, as an actor, like, when I saw he was in it, I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to have to continue this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because just, I got to give it a chance. When I saw him and her, Nadia and Bernard, I don't really know the other guy that much. You guys say he was on the Eternals?
He saw him on the Eternals. I saw him on it.
I have to go back and watch that.
It's something on Netflix. It was like the number one. It's the number one show in the UK, but it is one of the most watched Netflix shows of all time.
Is he British?
He's from Ireland, I think, or
What
maybe
was
Is it,
Scotland. One
the
of
is
them.
it the Bodyguard? Is that the show?
The
Bodyguard?
Bodyguard. Yes, Bodyguard.
Got an
Everybody said that I need
accent?
to watch
I like
that.
accents.
Bodyguard was really good.
I like accents. I'll go back and
Bodyguard
watch.
was really good. And if you think about it, in a lot of ways, he's playing a similar character, just like she's playing a similar character from
Okay.
what she played in Quantico.
Okay. Well, when I saw they was giving her a chance, and then I saw him, because first of all, he was in The Devil Wears Prada, right?
No.
Oh, you mean
That
Stanley
wasn't him.
Tucci? Stanley
Yeah,
Tucci
Stan
was.
Tucci was in Devil Wears Prada. Was.
Oh, I just love him. Like I've always loved him. I loved him before that, but like I just love him. Period. But I just remember how much I loved him in that because he did not play with her. Okay, he did not play with her,
So
and I just know he's always cast as a person who don't play.
the first time I remember seeing him, I don't remember what movie it was. It was a movie, but he was a hitman. He was a killer, and he went to the movies. He killed somebody who was at a movie theater, a gay movie theater, and he killed the person. And after he killed the person, he started eating his popcorn. And at this theater, basically, they were watching gay people have sex. And I was like, okay, Stanley, all right.
I think I've seen that. I can't remember the name of it. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Crazy.
He was also good in
everything.
Right.
Everything.
Julia. He played Julia Childs' wife, who was also, in government affairs and was also an educator and historian, all that kind of stuff. Such a good actor. Such a good
Yeah, I
actor.
like him.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it wasn't gonna be corny.
Right.
If he was in it. Because did you guys see that show he was on Netflix where he was behind bars solving crimes?
Okay, so I started watching it, but I couldn't get into it.
I finished the whole thing. It was good. And he wasn't playing in that one either.
Okay.
He don't play behind the roles he picked. So I was like, let me see what he doing.
All right, y'all. Thank you all so very much for watching us on this recap of Citadel. Stay tuned for episode 3. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Y'all have a good one. Another way of thinking of that entire situation is just like right before the tip goes in, like my brain immediately was like, wait.
Right before the tip goes in, friend. Oh my. Wait,
the tip is the most sensitive part.
I got them on today. Don't worry, friend. Right, the tip is the most sensitive part. Oh, okay.
Look, I'm just trying to tell you. You mean I can't stick the tip in? Oh man.